Hello people, and welcome back to another video on movie reviews. And today I will be talking about a movie that's gotten a lot of hate over the years, and I'm just not quite sure why. And that is Paranormal Activity. And yes, it is one of those type of movies where it has a video camera involved. That's just the whole entire movie, just a video camera. Which, you know what, is really quite a clever idea. And I love that concept of like a video camera just going around, and capturing stuff. Especially if it's just like if the victim died and yet somebody else finds a tape and they go through it, or like it just shows the victims before they pass. It's quite a clever concept. And I just don't get why it has hate. I've seen all the paranormal activities. Let me tell you, they're probably the best set of paranormal movies I have ever seen in my life. And that's no exaggeration. Yeah, there's others are up there on the street, there's others too. But there's something about this movie that makes it more my sort of movie because I love paranormal stuff like that. And it's almost like you're watching a YouTube video, and yet it's a bit more realistic than that. I wouldn't say realistic as such, but you guys know what I mean. It's like you're watching a really long YouTube video, like 2 or 3 hours that has just been streamed or edited out. It's an incredible concept. Yet the first two paranormal activities is a bit disappointing. Like, it only gets interesting towards the end. The marked ones is not scary, but it's really quite interesting. It delves deep into, like, I'm not going to spoil it that much. It's the people that got marked. You know what I mean when you watch the movie. But let me tell you, 3, 4, Ghost Dimension, and the next of kin. Oh my god, they terrified me. And yeah, you're probably saying, well, I've seen it. It's not that scary. Well, maybe because you're not sensitive to jump scares, and maybe you're not sensitive. Maybe you don't understand the overall feel and atmosphere to it. You're looking at it from like, oh, it's just a video camera. That makes it more scarier because it's a video camera. You're doing this. It's like, oh my god, it's first person. What am I gonna do? Boom, and it gets you. It's like you're playing a video game in first person and you see a jump scare. Like boom, gets you right there. And it's just an original and fresh idea. Whoever came with found footage is smart. That should be a separate genre of horror. There should be horror and found footage. I would watch every found footage movie there is. I've actually watched that more than the other type of horror movies because I love them. There is like Saw is better. Saw is probably the only best horror movie I've ever seen. Like let's get right. Like that's better than all the other horror movies put together. That's got more of a feel and intensity to it. Paranormal Activity leaves you at the edge of your seat in a different way. Like, oh my god, is someone gonna happen? It makes your skin crawl a bit, and it's like, it makes you do that. Like, you just don't know what's gonna happen. It's so tense, especially in like the first four, where there's family members in like there's family in the home, and they put like those cameras to monitor each house. Like not each house, but each room. And then yeah, it's just like you think something's gonna pop up, but it doesn't. So it leaves you like questioning as if it's like, wait, is something gonna happen here? You know it's coming. I've seen movies like that, but you know it's coming, and then it still gets you because of the sound effects. And it is a very incredible movie. And I've seen them like, if I really did think I'm a wimp, why would I be calling the first two not that good? Like, I've spoken to people about it, and it's like there are people that like it, there are people that hate it. I don't know. I think there are probably people that do like it more than people that hate it. It's so tough because I heard that's rated one of the best and worst movies. How is that the best and worst? That's not the best I've ever seen in any found footage movie. Okay, there's others, like there's found footage. No, there's fear footage 3 a.m. And they're the scariest too. Gracefield incident. Then you've got like, what other ones do you have? VHS is good movies. Not really scary, but it's really good movies. Goodness, I can name a bit more than that. Um, there's just too many found footages I've seen. And Paranormal Activity really takes the cake. Yeah, Insidious you can lie is better because Insidious has got more graphics. Paranormal Activity, for me, I don't know, because I've been going on YouTube for such a long time, it kind of reminds me of that. I just don't know why. And the acting is just incredible. I've got to admit, okay, you could say it's a bit of an exaggeration, but it's really good acting for a found footage movie. But I've got to say, the Ghost Dimension and the Next of Kin, the effects and the graphics in those two Paranormal Activity movies, it it's just fascinating and great to watch. You would think they spent thousands of dollars on budgeting on stuff like that, but the effects is unreal. Like they've improved. For me, the first four didn't really have that much graphics to them. I'm going to admit that. But the last three, the graphics that was used was really good. I'm surprised for a found footage movie, they were really good. And the other found footage movies didn't really use that much effect to it. And this one, it does. I would recommend everybody to watch it. It leaves you gripped and hooked, like you're fascinated by the screen and you have to look away because it's so haunting, you know. I was like that. I couldn't at all. But it makes me want to watch. I've always done that. I don't know if you lot have done that, where you've hid, and it, just as soon as you come out, you look. There's a jump scare that happens. That gets you. I've always looked at those moments at the wrong time. I would rate this movie a 10 out of 10. But the first two, I would rate it probably a 7 out of 10. That it's just above average. Right? They didn't get me as much. Maybe I watched it in a different angle. Maybe I didn't watch it fully, but just towards the end, those two movies got good. But the other ones, I rate them a 10. And I wouldn't be saying that otherwise. Like, I've seen terrible horror movies, which I would talk about another day. And you're going to be like, oh, okay, you know what? He's honest here. How on earth can this movie get hate? Whoever wrote the movie was thinking, well, I, it's it's just incredible. Like, to be fair, like what I get fascinated about the most is skepticism in horror movies. That fascinates me more because I was like, don't be so silly. It can't be a ghost, no. Oh yeah, well, how do you explain those chairs moving by itself then with no rope and strings attached to it? What, can wind push heavy chairs like that? Well, it was a tornado or hurricane, but there is no tornado and hurricane outside. Um, Maybe it's because I don't know. Maybe it's because they're unbalanced and they're starting to break. Really strong chairs and sofas like that move on its own. Yeah, really good. And it makes you think: are skeptic people crazy when it comes to stuff like that? When it comes to non-believers, are they crazy? Because almost like, how can you feel we're the only ones in the universe? Anyways, I don't know, got off topic, but you understand where I'm coming from. And yeah, I would rate the last. I would rate, probably I would rate 3, 4 marked ones, Ghost Dimension, and Next of Kin as 10 out of 10. It is incredible. Now, out of 100, I'll be exaggerating, so I'll say 10 out of 10. The first two, 7. You can rate it however you want. You can comment on my videos below and tell me what you think the best horror movies are. Or tell me what you think the ratings should be for those movies. I would love to hear your opinions and thoughts. And you know what? It's good that I'm talking about something different, so the old simple, repetitive videos and the usual topics. I'm keeping it tame on this channel, and you know what? I'm actually doing quite well. I've lived up to my word. Maybe one or two things, maybe people might find controversial, and this is why I can't really do TikTok videos on these sort of subjects because they're limited. They limit you to 3 minutes. At least on YouTube, at least they give me 15 minutes or lower maximum. That's a lot of time for me to talk about a lot of information. And this is why I can only do YouTube videos mostly because it's easier for me. Whereas TikTok videos, I can only do silly stuff on there. I can only talk about topics that are short. Nothing else to it. So yeah, like my video if you want. Comment below, like I explained earlier. Share with everybody you know. Subscribe and hit the button notification below. And I'll see you guys in the next video.